Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering what is platform as a service. Shortly, we call it as PaaS, and then I will explain characteristics, suitability, pros and cons of PaaS, and also I will explain summary of PaaS providers. Guys, I have uploaded complete cloud computing subject tutorials. I will provide that link in description. You can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I will explain what is platform as a service. Platform as a service changes how software is made and used. In the old way, software was created on a local computer and then moved to a central server to be used. Once the software was created, companies has to buy a license to use it legally. Guys, for example, one company got project in order to create college software. So, developers will install various kinds of tools and softwares in their computer in order to develop college software. Once code is ready, they will move that code to server. So if complete software is ready, then company need to buy license in order to launch that software. Once company launches that software, everyone can use the software. This is olden technique because developers need to install various kinds of tools in their computer in order to create software. So installing various kinds of tools is time-taking process and it is costly. With PaaS, software development happens online. PaaS providers give developers tools and services from a data center over the internet. So developer don't need to set up everything on their own computer. As a developer, instead of installing tools in your computer, you can use cloud like AWS. In cloud, you can select a platform as a service. So you will get an operating system with various kinds of tools in order to develop software, and it is very less cost. So in olden days, developers used to install tools in their local computer in order to develop software. But instead of that, we can use cloud like AWS. In cloud, you need to select a platform as a service. So you will get selected operating system as well as various kinds of tools in order to develop software. Yes, PaaS offers online development and as well as some tools and services. Online development means, for example, if you consider AWS is online cloud. That means in AWS, you can create software and also you can launch the same software in AWS itself. So developers can create and immediately launch their application on the same platform. Guys, PaaS also offers tools and services. PaaS provides various kinds of tools like programming languages like Turbo, C, Python, etc. and also application frameworks, databases, testing tools and deployment tools over the internet. This makes it easier and cheaper for developers as they don't have to buy or maintain these tools themselves. Guys, if you purchase all these tools, it is very costly. But in cloud like AWS, we can select a platform as a service and we can use all these tools with very less cost. And how much time we use these tools? Only for that we need to pay money. Same like paying electricity bill for what we use. Yes, PaaS provide tools like programming languages. That means PaaS supports various kinds of tools like Java, Python, PHP, Ruby, etc. And also PaaS provides application frameworks. Guys, application framework is nothing but predefined code. Instead of writing code again and again, we can use frameworks. This framework makes developer easier. Example, Node.js, WordPress, Django, Rails, etc. Guys, PaaS also provides database tools in order to create and manage databases. PaaS provides tools like PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and Redis. And PaaS also provides various kinds of other tools in order to develop, test, and deploy applications. Guys, deployment is nothing but after developing and testing our code, placing our code in server is known as deployment. Even for that, PaaS provides various kinds of tools. Guys, this is structure of PaaS. PaaS providers will provide various kinds of virtual machines to various developers. PaaS contains development and testing tools, and they also contains frameworks, database tools, testing tools, etc. PaaS providers, by creating virtualization layer, they will provide all these tools to each developer. So PaaS consumers are nothing but application developers who will access all these tools in order to develop software. And there is also load balancing layer in order to handle load. So all users can smoothly access all these tools. Okay, these are services provided by PaaS providers. They are programming language tools, application frameworks, database tools, and other tools in order to develop, test and deploy applications. So these are 4 services offered by PaaS providers. Next I will explain characteristics of PaaS. PaaS platforms are different from the traditional way of developing software. Here are key features that make PaaS unique. Guys, these are features, and the first one is all-in-one. Guys, PaaS provides various kinds of tools in order to develop, test, deploy, and host and maintain applications. And they also provide many programming languages, frameworks, database tools, and other services. This gives developers lot of choices. Guys, second feature is web access. Guys, in olden days, if you want to create any software, then we need to install various kinds of tools in our computer in order to create software. But with PaaS, you can access the development platforms through a web browser from anywhere. This makes it easy to create, edit, test and launch application online. Guys, for example, if you consider AWS, AWS is online cloud. Just I will open AWS website by using any web browser, and then I will select the PaaS service. So I will get operating system with various kinds of tools in order to develop software. So this is meaning of web access. Web access is nothing but by using web browser from anywhere, we can access cloud PaaS services. Guys, third feature is offline access. Guys, sometimes developer may not have internet. At that time, PaaS providers will help developers to work offline. At first, developers will write code in their local system when they are offline, and when they are back to online, they will upload that code in cloud. Guys, fourth feature is built-in scalability. Guys, if we develop any software and place that software in cloud, then cloud can handle heavy traffic. Guys, for example, if you consider Amazon.in, so many of them will use Amazon website. Even if millions of people use Amazon website at a time, that website can handle pressure because that website is present in cloud. So whenever we place any application in cloud, that application can handle more users or traffic. Scalability means that an application can handle more users or traffic when needed. PaaS platforms make it easy to scale applications, unlike traditional methods where this is hard to do. Guys, traditional method is nothing but placing our software manually in company server. If we place our software in our company server, then we need to take responsibility of that server. Normally, if we place our application in our company server, it will be very hard for us to handle traffic. That is why we need to place our application in cloud. Whenever we place our application in cloud, cloud can handle heavy traffic, and we need not to take any responsibility. Cloud provider will take responsibility to make our software work even though there is high traffic. Fifth feature is collaboration. Developers often work in teams spread across different locations. PaaS platforms provides tools that helps developers work together on the same project, making it easier to communicate and plan their work. Guys, whenever a company wants to develop any project, there are so many developers involved. Even though developers are in different locations, all of them can collaborate each other and work together using cloud. So PaaS provide tools that helps developers work together on the same project even though they are in different locations. Sixth feature is variety of tools. PaaS providers offer different tools to help developers such as command line interfaces, web-based interfaces, and application programming interfaces. Developers can choose the tools that work best for them. These tools can also handle things like billing and subscription. Guys, developers can work by using command prompt, or they can also work by using websites, or they can also work by using applications. Based on their interest, they can choose any of these interfaces and they can work. Guys, next I will explain suitability of PaaS. At first I will explain when PaaS is good option. And the first one is collaborative development. Guys, if all employees are in different locations, if all of them want to work together, then PaaS provides various kinds of tools. Then by using these PaaS tools, employees can work together. PaaS is great for teams that need to work together, especially when team members are in different places. PAS provides a shared online space where developers and other people involved in the project can easily collaborate. And second one is automated testing and deployment. Guys, deployment is nothing but placing our application in server. Once we place our application in server, all users can access our application. Guys, if you want to test a code manually, it is time taking process. Similarly, if you want to place your software in server manually, it is also time taking process. So by using PAS, we can automatically test our application and as well as we can automatically place our application in server. So PAS provides various kinds of tools. By using these tools, we can automatically test and deploy our application. And it will save our time because there is no need of doing it manually. So PAS will provide tools that will automatically test and deploy our application. And third one is quick time to market. Guys, by using PAS, we can quickly release our application into market. I'll give an example. Let us say I developed software like Facebook. So initially I will release basic version of software and then I will keep on updating the same software every month by adding new features. So by using PAS, initially we can release basic version of software and then we will keep on adding new features to that same software again and again. So PAS will support quick and repeated updates. Guys, by using agile method, initially we can release basic version of software and every month we can keep on updating that same software by adding new features. So PAS is best choice if companies are using agile method. So many startups and software vendors use PAS to speed up the development process and launch application quickly. Guys, PAS will provide various kinds of tools in order to write code, in order to test code, and in order to place code in server. As we are using various kinds of tools, PAS will speed up our development process. So for collaborative development, for automated testing and deployment, and if you want to send your software quick time to market, in all these three cases, PAS is good option for you. Next I will explain when PAS is not the best option. And the first one is frequent application migration. Moving an application from one PAS provider to another can be hard because each provider has different standards, causing vendor locking. As for example, I developed one application and then I placed that application in AWS. Now I want to move my application from AWS to Google Cloud, but it is not possible. AWS will not accept, so you can't move your application from AWS to Google Cloud. Second one is infrastructure customization. Guys, in cloud, if you are using PAS service, you don't have complete control on hardware configuration. Hardware configuration is handled by cloud service provider. So PAS doesn't give full control over the underlying hardware. If your application needs special hardware configuration, PAS may not be best option for you. Third one is platform flexibility. PAS comes with predefined templates for programming language, databases and tools. This is great for general applications, but not ideal if you need something very custom. Guys, PAS contains various kinds of predefined templates. For example, let's say I want to develop one website by using Python. Already there are so many templates available in PAS in order to develop website. I can select any of those templates and then I can develop website. But if you want to create custom websites by using Python, it will be very tough. And fourth one is integration with on-premise applications. If a company uses PAS for some applications and traditional on-premise for some other applications, it might be hard to integrate them. This is because PAS uses its own specific technologies that might not match the on-premise ones. Guys, on-premise applications are nothing but applications that are present in company's server. For example, let's say I have one software company. In my software company, there are so many servers. And I will store various kinds of applications in these servers. So we call these applications as on-premise applications because their applications are present in my company server. For example, let us say I will store one application in cloud. If you store some applications in cloud and if you store some other applications in on-premise, Then integrating these two applications is very tough because cloud PaaS will use various kinds of technologies in order to develop this application. And similarly, in on-premise, that is nothing but in our company server, we developed this application with some other technologies. So integrating both of them is not possible. So if company uses PaaS for some applications and on-premise for some other applications, integrating both of them is very hard. Next I will explain pros and cons of PaaS. At first I will explain pros of PaaS. Pros are nothing but advantages of PaaS. And the first advantage is easy platform management. Guys, in PaaS, developers need not to manage hardware and software because hardware and software both are managed by cloud service provider like AWS, Google Cloud, etc. So developers need not to manage hardware and software. Developers just need to focus on building applications. That's it. And second advantage is quick development and deployment. Guys, PaaS will provide various kinds of tools. By using these tools, we can easily develop, test and deploy our software. Everything is done in cloud itself. So it will speed up process. And third advantage is low cost. Guys, instead of purchasing various kinds of tools in order to develop, test and deploy applications in cloud, just we can rent all those tools, which will save our money. So instead of purchasing, we will rent those tools in cloud. And fourth one is supports agile development. PaaS will support agile development. That is nothing but initially we will release basic version of software and then we will keep on updating that same software again and again by adding new features. This is meaning of agile development. PaaS will support agile development. And fifth one is team collaboration. Even though developers are in different locations, all of them can collaborate each other and they can complete work by using PaaS tools. So developers can work together from different locations because PaaS will provide tools for collaboration. And sixth one is flexible tools. PaaS offers various kinds of tools like command line interfaces, web interfaces, and application programming interfaces, making it easier for developers to choose what suits them best. And seventh one is less maintenance. Guys, in cloud, server is maintained by cloud service provider. So in cloud, if you choose PaaS service, you can just focus on building the application because server is handled by cloud service provider. And eighth one is scalability. Guys, in cloud, we can easily increase or decrease resources. For example, you can increase system configuration or you can decrease system configuration. You can increase memory or you can decrease memory. You can increase servers or you can also decrease servers based on your requirement. This is meaning of scalability. Next I will explain cons of PaaS, that are nothing but disadvantages of PaaS. And the first one is vendor lock-in. As for example, I placed my software in AWS cloud. Now I want to move my software from AWS to Google Cloud, but it is not possible. AWS will not accept. Once you choose a PaaS provider, it is hard to switch to other because they use different technologies and standards. This is meaning of vendor lock-in. And second one is security concerns. Guys, we will store data in cloud. Whenever you store your data in cloud, the data is present in cloud company location, not in your location. Because just by using online, we are using cloud, but actual data is stored in cloud company location. So if you are handling very sensitive data, then choosing cloud is not good option for you. So your data is stored on the provider server, which can raise security concerns, which may cause security problems. And third one is limited flexibility. Guys, in cloud, whenever you choose PaaS service, PaaS provider will offer you various kinds of tools and languages. But these tools and languages may not meet your needs. If you want some other tools, then again you need to purchase from AWS. And fourth one is internet dependency. Guys, cloud PaaS is online. That is nothing but we will open websites like AWS or Google Cloud and then we will select a PaaS service and then we will use. So everything is online. Cloud is online. And cloud completely depends on internet to work. So if your internet is very slow, then developing software in cloud is very tough. So in all these situations, PaaS is not suitable for you. I will explain summary of PaaS providers. PaaS providers are widely available in the IT market for both public and private clouds. Guys, public clouds are nothing but everyone can use public clouds. If you consider AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, everyone can use them by using internet. So all those are examples of public clouds. For example, if you consider private clouds, everyone cannot use private cloud because company will create their own cloud in their company location. We call it as private cloud. Only company employees can access that cloud. And some companies also offer private cloud to other companies. So there are various kinds of PaaS providers available in the market for both public and private clouds. Guys, these are various kinds of PaaS providers available in the market. And the first provider is Cloud Foundry. License is both open source and proprietary. Guys, proprietary is license that contains some restrictions, whereas open source means there are no restrictions. And deployment model is public. That means everyone can use Cloud Foundry PaaS service by using internet. And it will provide programming languages like Python, PHP, Java, Groovy, Scala and Ruby. And it will provide frameworks like Spring, Grills, Play, Node.js, Lift, Rails, Sinatra and Rack. And it will provide databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB and Redis. And Cloud Foundry will provide client tools like CF.CLI, IDEs and build tools. And next PaaS provider is Google App Engine. License is proprietary. That means this PaaS service has some restrictions. And deployment model is public. Everyone can use this service. And supported languages are Python, Java, Groovy, JRuby, Scala, Clojure, Go and PHP. And will support frameworks like Django, CherryPy, Pyramid, Flask, W2Py and Web App 2. And will support databases like Google Cloud, SQL, Database Store, Data Store, Bigtable and Blob Store. And will support client tools like APS. And next PaaS provider is Heroku. License is proprietary and deployment model is public. Supported programming languages are Ruby, Java, Scala, Clojure, Python, PHP and Perl. Supported frameworks are Rails, Play, Django and Node.js. Supported databases are ClearDB, PostgreSQL, Cloud and Membase, MongoDB and Redis. And it will support client tools like CLI and RESTful API. And next provider is Microsoft Windows Azure. License is proprietary, deployment model is public, and will support programming languages like .NET, PHP, Python, Ruby and Java. And will support frameworks like Django, Rails, Drupal, Joomla, WordPress, .NET and Node.js. And will support databases like SQL Azure, MySQL, MongoDB and CouchDB. And will support client tools like RESTful API and IDEs. Next PaaS provider is CloudBees. License is proprietary. Proprietary means this provider has strict rules. And deployment model is private. That means everyone cannot use this service. Only specific companies will contact to CloudBees and they will take service. Everyone cannot use this service by using internet. And will support programming languages like Java, Groovy, Scala, and will support frameworks like Spring, JRails, JRuby and Grills. And will support databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB and CouchDB. And will support client tools like API, SDK and IDEs. Next PaaS provider is Apprenda. License is proprietary. Deployment model is private. And will support programming languages like .NET and Java. And it will support frameworks like .NET. And will support database like SQL Server. And it will use client tools like REST APIs. And last one is Homologic. License is proprietary. Deployment model is private. And it will support programming languages like Java, PHP and Python. It will support frameworks like Spring and Grills. And it will support databases like MySQL, MongoDB and Couchbase. And it support client tools like RESTful API. This is complete summary of PaaS providers. So PaaS providers will provide us programming languages, frameworks, databases and various kinds of client tools.